sport at the 2019 Summer Universiade. Leading to the closing ceremony, water polo, 2 matches beginning with this bronze medal game. It's the Russian Federation against Hungary. Looking in the background, spectators, a few of them, but not as many as there will be later in the day for the gold medal match. The 2 sides being introduced now. The team from Hungary, Hungary won the event in 2015. Their opponents, Russia, were the silver medalists in 2017. So Hungary have in their group Burian, who scored 14 goals, Varnai, the number 5, with 13, and the very impressive Tamas Gafas at 16 goals for the tournament. Then the white, it's the Russians with Merkulov at 6'4", 15 goals. Ivan Vasilev, 14. Emil Zinarov, 13. A couple of real giants in the team, around 6'5", 6'6". One of them being Krug. They've come to the end of the line now. So all 13 players are introduced. Their coaches are off to the side. And now we see familiar faces here among the officials, referees and goal judges. Also, of course, they've got the clock or timekeepers, exclusion, people watching the exclusions, as we now have the FISU national anthem. Crowd sits. Just looking at the way these 2 teams got to this situation, both obviously very disappointed that they haven't made it all the way to the gold and silver medal playoff. One of them will go home empty-handed, the other will collect the bronze medal. But the Russians and Hungary, both with identical playing records, finishing second in their pools with 1 loss each. So they've played 6. Let's have a look at there at the Russian coach, Estevnev. He was the national coach to the European Championships in 2018 and was interviewed after the match yesterday and spoke fluent Italian. He's lived and played in Italy in a previous life and went to the Olympic Games in Atlanta. Janos Horvath, he took the World Youth Team away in 2008. So yes, the Hungarian team has played 6 and won 4 as well. They lost to the USA 12-9 in the semi-final, having led for much of that match, looked to be set to cause an upset, but couldn't quite hang on. Their other loss was to Italy, so they've lost to the 2 finalists. That was in pool play by 13-10. Russians, they were beaten by Italy 14-6 in the semi-finals, and their other loss was to the USA by 13-8. So similar score lines against the USA, although the Hungarians did run Italy a little bit closer. So perhaps then, what will we say? Which team has the advantage? It's all about that mental toughness at the moment and how much these two teams want to end up with the bronze medal. Seven of this Russian team are in the national squad. Sparano is the starting goalkeeper. Oh, no. Got the wrong game up on the calendar here. Doesn't help very much. Stetsenko and Kardosh, presumably. Stetsenko, starting goalkeeper for Russia. And Kardosh, yes it is. The first sprinters on. Good tussle goes the way of the Hungarians, who have the blue caps on. Sometimes the teams are just a little bit flat when they've given everything in a semi-final and found that that wasn't good enough. Opening goal comes from Gafas. And for him, that just adds to this total that he has. Now 17 plus 5 penalty goals. Russia on attack. Well, he stayed high for a long time. Had that right arm loading up. A close-in block. So Merkulov fires that one wide. It's an opportunity for Hungary to counter. Zatmari is out on the left with Bent. Back to Zatmari. Pops one under the hole. Waiting there was Santa. 18 seconds, plenty of time to play with this. Zatmari. Waits, nice, patient build up. An excellent goal by Zatmari for Hungary. So Hungary into that early lead now. 2.5 minutes gone. They're up by 2-0. Zatmari. That's just his 5th field goal of the event. Russian Federation from their national squad, they have the goalkeeper Statsenko. They've got Suchov, Derevyankin, Koptsev, Kharkov, Merkulov and Bichkov. All have been or are in that national Russian training squad. Good save as it was rifled into his right by Kardosh. Sukov now with Vasilev. Whoa. Sometimes just hear the thud as some of those powerful arms wind up. And if it hits the posts or the top, you can hear it just reverberate round the pool. Taking it up now, Varnay from the Hungarian team. Six, 7 meters out, he's looking to passes into clear air as the clock winds down. (2-0) Hungary leading. 3.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Counting the players down there, if you are, then you'll be aware there's a couple short and way down the other end. Two are just there they are. They've been down there right throughout that play, and it might well work for the Hungarian team. Not quite. Had Santa down there. He drifted off slowly. He was followed eventually by Suchkov. Centre guard. Bounce shot goes wide. Oh, yes. Stayed up for a long time and just pumped and with that left arm of his and then sent it into the top left-hand corner. Sinurov, 14 goals. First one of this game for the Russian Federation. Hungary in the blue. On attack now. Zatmari. Tchaikovsky. Over to Burian. Back to Tchaikovsky. Pushes it through, tries to find Santa. Lots of time. Shelley Russia, number 4. Zatmari, and eventually they make it pay. Burian. That's a struggle there between the whole man, the centre, and the centre guard. They're just on top of each other. I'd like to get the ball to the target there, but there's not much they can do with it when they're getting such close attention. So 3-1 to Hungary now. This is the playoff for the bronze medal here. Second to last game of water polo at these 2019 Summer Universiade. And later on today there'll be the closing ceremony, so this really is pretty much the final sporting events of the games, which have been hugely successful. That block just holding the ball out. Breakout. This is the man who scored the last goal, Burian. Oh, couldn't quite flick it in. Stetsenko came out and met him. Had a dangerous breakout by the Hungarians. They lead by 3-1. Oh, well, the man who gets the ball, Shelley Ruska, had been way back in deep attacking zone and just sort of casually drifted up there and went into some open space, and the ball went his way unintentionally. Zatmari. Suchkov. Another of those who's down here as being 6'4", 6'5", nearly 2 meters tall. These guys, 195. Well, we've ripped through that first quarter. It hasn't had the crowd wild. They have admired what's gone on, clinical way in which the Hungarians have taken the lead at 3-1 at the first quarter. They've scored 50% of their shots, 3 from 6, and the Russians 1 from 9. They've scored 3 out of 4 extra player shots. The Russians have had just 1 attempt and were unsuccessful. And the Hungarians have grabbed a couple of steals as well. So it's been Hungary's game from a statistical point of view, and also on the scoreboard at 3-1. First whistle of the second quarter. Lining up for the Russian Federation is Usov. That's a great shot underwater as they stream in, trying to win the sprint, and it is the team in white, the Russian Federation, who grab the sprint, which begins the second quarter. Mari pops it in. The whistle sounds as it's grabbed by Santa. Usov down that right-hand side, looking for the target. Just in front of him there is Zinurov. Cross it goes and into a great position. A nice goal for the Russian Federation, scored by Merkulov. That was very straightforward for them. Two passes down the right hand and then the big one across to the left, and Merkulov was waiting and drills it. So 3-2 Hungary over the Russian Federation. Tchaikovsky. Santa in the center. He won't be of much use. He's being well scragged by Koptsev. Zetmari. Garfas. He's had a great tournament. Back now to Tchaikovsky. Garfas again. Or turnover. Steal there by the Russians, and they'll be happy with that because it was looking threatening. 3-2 Hungary lead. 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. This is the battle for the bronze medal. Well, it looked as though Shally Rauscher did not know the ball was there. He swam right past it. It's now back into the Russian Federation hands, and an unexpected goal from there, Merkulov. And he's now dragged that score up to level. 3-3. Seemed to be a bit of a miscommunication amongst the Hungarian team. Now they're back at centre pool. A couple of interchanges being made. In white cap, number 11 is Gusarov. He's immediately trying to put some pressure on Varnai. And the two of them just to the right of your screen there start to move back. That's Varnai again. Pops it in for Santa. Out wide, well held Zetmari. Varnai again. Just a whole group of white caps swim onto the ball and pop it back for Statsenko. Oh, there's a good goal. Wow, they've taken the lead now. The Russian Federation down by 3-1 at one stage, and now have got themselves into a 4-3 lead, and we're into the second quarter, deep in the second quarter. The Hungarian team use the interchange. The rotation, 3 players in, or 2 players in, 2 out. One of those coming into the game is Pele. Short to Garfas. Zetmari. Zetmari once more. Russian defense is very effective at the moment, having conceded those 3 early goals. This is a much different game to what we expected early on from the way things had gone. And there's a good rebound that goes the way of the Hungarian team, and Burdian buries that one, and it's back to 4. It's up to 4 all. Midway through the second quarter, these two teams now, it looks a much more interesting match than it did previously. At 4 all, Russia and Hungary. Russia in the white on the attack. Down to 4 seconds. Ball blocked and sent behind the line. Keeper fires it up now. Zetmari takes it on the left. Sends it into Garfas. In the middle, waiting hopefully, is Feos, number 11. If he can avoid the attention of Suchkov, but no. Turnover foul on Garfas. So Hungarians now in defense. And they need to be wary because the Russian combination has scored some excellent goals in recent minutes. 4 all. Quick dribble down the left hand by Zetmari. Takes it right in front of the goal. Manages to find the whole man Varney there. So good driving play from Zetmari. Eventually found a target in that centre forward area. And they should get some reward from this. Garfas has scored 5 penalties. Make that 6 now. Hey, it's all on. 5-4. Hungary in front of Russia. Approaching halftime. Suchov took it up the centre, played it to the right. He then gets down into a position well wide on the left. They keep possession. Dereviankin. Exclusion, so Russia one man up. And they make the Hungarians pay. It was Suchkov. Oh no, that's Merkulov. So they take advantage of the exclusion of one of the Hungarian players, and it's up to 5-all now. How long to go? 1:45 remaining. If you can see that little time clock in the top left. I'm watching it on a very small screen, and the numbers don't look all that clear to me, and certainly I can't tell the numbers on the caps. So fortunately I'm at the pool and able to just pop over the top of the screen and have a look at the players in the pool. Varnay and Tchaikovsky both just interchanging there, the numbers 5 and 8 passing between each other, and then eventually the shot from Tchaikovsky was ineffective. He backtracks now to gain possession again. Pele. Out comes the keeper, times it well. Cardos, long ball to Burian on the right. Coming out to the left here is Tchaikovsky, number 8. Going into the middle, unmarked there is Bench. Doesn't get to him though. And he, number 12, just turns around and back they swim again. Vasilev holds play for a moment. Exclusion called. So at 5-all. It's Tchaikovsky, who's the player excluded, number 8. He's over there in the hole waiting. Just see number 8 there. Up and then all over, and he hears the whistle and sees his number come up. He goes over to the side. We've got this timeout taken invariably when it's at a crucial situation, and with one team having an advantage of players. Which play do they use to ensure that they get maximum result? The team in white on attack. This is the Russian Federation. It's level at 5-all. Not the accuracy they wanted. Oh, again. And the block is made, so the players weren't accurate enough to take advantage. And the hooter sounds for half-time, the end of the second quarter. It was 0-all, of course, as they hit the water, and they come out of it with no advantage at all. 3-1 it was to Hungary at the end of the first quarter, and 5-all at the end of the second quarter. At half-time, this bronze medal match. Hungary and the Russian Federation level at 5-all. Russian Federation with 18 shots at goal. That's 7 more than the opposition, each scoring 5 of them. Extra player shots, they missed with that last one, so only 2 from 4. And the Hungarians have 4 from 6. And the rest of it's pretty even, with the Hungarian team having blocked 5-1 shots. That's statistics, and we all tend to read them differently, but don't read that top line differently. It is 5-all, bronze medal match. The arm drops and the whistle sounds, and the jaws like music plays. The ring sinks and the ball is won by the team in blue. That's the team from Hungary. They don't have an advantage on the score. They might have won that possession, but it's 5-all. First sign of anger from the Hungarians in the second half. 5-all the score. Statsenko sends the ball way over to the right. Now they have another opportunity with a man up. They missed it in the period just before half time. Oh, it should have gone. Well played, high out of the water, and grabbing a top pass was Krug. But he put it high over the net. 5-all still. Pele, number 10, moves in to an unmarked position just in front of net. Doesn't come his way. It's an outside shot. Still 5-all. No scoring in this third quarter. Sukov holds it. He's got Bikov in the front. Again, it's the outside shots being fired in. So the defensive work of both teams is pretty sharp. Now it's the turn of the Whitecaps, the Russian Federation, there to defend. The keeper this time, Statsenko, does so. Big bullet came in from Burian. 14 goals coming into this match, being one of the most lethal scorers in the competition. Exclusion on Pele. They have not been able to effect a score with their last two one-man advantages. They do this time. It's taken a while, but Merkulov does it from out in the center. 4 goals in this match. And that's an important one. It breaks the deadlock. 6-5. Both teams using a rotation as they wait for the restart of this game. 6-5, Russia in front. This is the playoff for the bronze medal. Varney. Out to Gafas. Cross again to Varney. There's Zatmari. Blocked by Merkulov, who just come back from scoring that goal. So now the pressure goes back on Hungary. Hungary they played 6 and won 4 in the event. Their losses were to the USA by 12-9 after a very good start against the Americans. They were up 4-1 at one stage, but then were just powered out of it. And their other loss was to Italy by 13-10. The Russians lost to Italy in the semi-finals by 14-6, and they also lost to the USA by 13-8. Hence, these two teams with 2 losses are fighting it out for the bronze medal. Crowd's built up quite a bit since this game started. It was just the block area in front of the pool itself, the playing area. That was full, but they're obviously building up for the next match, which will feature the home team. 6-5, Russia lead. This is for the bronze medal. Russia playing in the white, so on attack. Usov looking for the whole man, who comes around with a bit of a grin on his face. That was Dereviankin. One of their giants in this team. It's 6'5". Zatmari has the ball now for Hungary. Turnover foul. He's got to put the block in there to stop the Russians swarming into attack position too quickly. There was a good opportunity there for Yusov, but that went way high. So they've all sprinted down one end and now they're off back down the other. Zatmari looking for, I think that's Pele and Fejos in the middle. Possession stays with Hungary. The scoring really has slowed down dramatically. It was 5-all at half-time. We've had 1 goal in this third quarter, which has got just over 1 minute remaining. So it's going to be all out in the final quarter. Block from Zatmari. Just a minute remaining. Timeout called. So 1 goal in this third quarter. It was 6 minutes 13 in the second quarter when Merkulov scored to take it to 5-all. So we had 2 minutes of the second quarter, and now we're up to 7 minutes of the third. We've had just that 1 goal in that time. Hungary. 1-man advantage. They want to get that 6-all going into the break. Gee, there were so many hands up there. Just wonder, you could even see a space to fire it into. It's 6-5, 40 seconds to go. Russia now back with 6. Taking it right up to the 2. 8 seconds. Sukov. Wow. Sukov got that little ball into Merkulov, and Merkulov finishes it off. Or was it, in fact, Sukov? Here we are. Yes, the number 2. Oh, yes, and it wasn't an assist. It was a straight-on belt past the keeper. So Sukov takes that advantage, and Russia now have a 2-goal advantage approaching the 3-quarter mark. Time for Hungary to get one back. They haven't really looked like it. Zatmari. Turnover foul. So that puts an end to Hungary's chances of getting closer to the Russians. And the hooter sounds at 3-quarter time, and the Russian Federation have a 2-goal advantage over Hungary, 7-5 in this battle for the bronze. Is it going to be enough, or will we have a big comeback from the men in the blue caps in the final quarter? about to enter the final 8 minutes of this match. The penultimate game of water polo at these 2019 Summer Universiade in Naples. Words have been spoken, tactics issued. That's Burian in the centre of the goal, ready to sprint. I think Sukov for the Russian Federation. It's going to be a blue win. Hell ball. No winner. The Russians up by 2. Another one here, and they might just feel that they've got this. Get a deflection off the post. Kardosh picks out Zatmari. Zatmari dribbles it up quickly down the left and then brings it in. Looking at Burian. Burian, bounce shot. Well, it's taken a long time to come. Something like 10 minutes in between goals for Hungary. That's a vital time to get one now. Final quarter. It's closed up. 7-6 now. Vasilev pops it over to Merkulov. This is Vasilev again. Sukov had come into an unguarded area, but the time shot clock was running down. Here's the breakout. Zatmari over for Burian, and it's level. Russians have been aware of the ability of Hungary to play the quick breakout. And they did it absolutely perfectly that time. So now from an advantage of 2, the Russians find themselves level pegging at 7-all. So Burian with 2 goals in within 20 seconds, 25 seconds. Certainly given Sergei something to worry about. His offsider, Marat Zakharov, bronze medalist at the Athens Olympics in 2004 and also went to the Sydney Olympic Games, an ex-captain of the Russian Federation men's team. Now a challenge for Russia to get back They've seen their lead evaporate. Five seconds. The Russians get back very quickly this time, having been stung by a counter by Hungary. Zatmari. Fortunate recovery. 11 seconds. Shelley Roshna. Zatmari again. Defended well by the Russians. Bishkov has broken free of his marker. And Sukhov goes high this time. He's got a little bit of space and he delivers. Sukhov. (8-7). What's going to come out of this game? 3-1 Hungary led at the first, 5-all at the second it was. The roles have been reversed in that third quarter, with the Russians taking a 2-goal advantage. Back came Hungary with 2 very quick goals to start the final quarter. But now Sukhov has given his team that 1-goal edge again. Garfas. Zatmari. Bengt. Corner throw for Hungary. Garfas finds Bengt again. Zatmari. Garfas pops it in. Won by Russia. Real urgency now as they come back on defence for the Hungarians. Bishkov flicks it back to Merkulov. Danger man there is Dereviankin, number 4. He had a hand up, couldn't quite deliver it to him. So now go Zatmari down that left side yet again. Looks like Santa in the middle. They use Shelley Rauschke. Whoa, he was double marked there, but manages to free the ball. Over to Garfas. 14 seconds. And back via Zatmari. Garfas gets another goal. 16 he had going into this game. Heading up towards 20 field goals for Tamas Garfas. 24 years of age, from Denis Gabor College in Hungary. 8-all. 3 minutes 30 to go. Man up. Russia need to take advantage, get back into this lead. Good D by the Hungarians. They'll be facing it again, though. I think it's corner throw to the Russians. Still a man advantage. Now they're not. And they can't take advantage. Just as Shali Rausch was coming into the play, the Russians had a shot. But again, it's been saved. And it's still 8-all, 2 minutes 47. Oh, hardly blinked. All the players get down and no passing at all. That was just a quick skip shot. And through it goes Hungary. Rolf Benk. From Budapest Business School in Budapest. He gives his team that edge again. 9-8. 2 minutes 40 remain. It's not over yet. There's still plenty of tension. And there'll be drama as well. Whoa. Krug. He gets the penalty, or his team does. Both sides appealing. One for the penalty, the other saying no. Bishkov. Brings it all level again. That's part of the intrigue I was hoping for when I said there's plenty to come. Intrigue, drama, maybe even a penalty shootout at the end. 9-all. 2:20 to go. Hungary, they scored quickly on the last visit down there. Oh, they get a steal. Now Russia powering down into the attack area. Vasilev. They'll be looking for a penalty. Well, here's an opportunity. Oh, Gusarov. Good save. Very good save by Karosh. A minute 30, 9-all. Zatmari. We could see there was open space in front, and he waited till the defender looked to be just off guard. Took his chance, didn't go in. Bent. Garfas. Durian. Oh, another attempt by Bengt. Defense too good. Way out on the far side, bringing it in on the right is Sukhov. Sukhov for Russia. 54 seconds remaining. It's back with him. Merkulov. Hearts and mouths as the Hungarians looked up at the referee to see what the call was. They in fact get the foul turnover. That's at Mari. And again, turnover. 16 seconds remain. This might be the final play. This is a good spot for Russia. Bishkov. Some tired bodies out there. Bishkov. That was the steal, and now Bishkov just went for the right-hand side. The keeper was there, but it scorched past him. Nothing that Kardos could do would stop that. Now, six on six. One goal of difference. Hungary have possession. Can they pull this out of the hole? Bishkov. Here we go. Oh no, the shot is blocked. The shot fired in by Bent. Wow! How on earth did Zetmari and the Hungarians pull that one back? Brilliant, quick from Burian. Found Zetmari from the corner throw, and he bangs one in with 0 seconds remaining on the clock. It was a death time shot. The final hooter has sounded, and Russia and Hungary are tied at 10-all. They cannot believe this. The Russian Federation had done well. They'd blocked that first shot from Bent. I was watching the ball go over the net. At the same time, Burian, I think it was, from the side, fired the direct pass in, and as it was counting down to less than 1 second, the goal was scored. 10-all. Russian Federation, Hungary. Penalty shootout required for the bronze. So 10-all. The Russians had more shots. Extra player shots, 50%, pretty much for both of them. They won 2 sprints each. Hungary scored a couple of vital steals. Let's have a look again. There's the throw-in. It was done before even his teammates realised it. And those on the pool deck absolutely in raptures over that. All, and now all attention as the 5 players required will get mentally prepared. The lists are being passed on to the officials. Who's going to take these penalty shots? Goalkeepers have been unchanged throughout, both Statsenko and Kardos. See one of the reserve keepers way down in the out of the pool area, out of the field of play. Also doing a bit of warming up just in case, I suppose. In fact, they both are now, one at each end. But in the centre of the pool, the 2 keepers and the lineup of 5 shooters. That's Merkulov. You'd expect him to be there with his outstanding record. Others are just waiting and watching. For the keepers, Statsenko. It's going through his mind. Like any penalty shootout, they have a little idea of, having watched players throughout, what they might try to do with their penalty shot. The first man coming out is from Hungary, Tchaikovsky. 22-year-old from the University of Pécs. This is him. Just rocks up. Quick clasp of hands with his opponent here, the man he wants to beat, Vitaly Statsenko from the Smolensk State Academy of Physical Education. So 1 up for Hungary. A lot of relief out of that one. Merkulov. Keeper must go back. One each. Garfas, vastly experienced, 24-year-old now. Major influence in this team. Very good penalty. Lovely example of how he appeared to be going to throw to his left. Vasilev, 19. They've got 2 each. Vasilev attends St. Petersburg State Polytechnic University. Christoph Varney. Oh, and Statsenko just gritting his teeth and shaking his head. He thought he had that one covered. Everyone looks calm. Internally, what's happening? Gusarov. No trouble. What are the odds on a keeper stopping one now with 2 each remaining? Statsenko waits. Well, Zatmari lines up. Hangs it left. 4-3. This is for the bronze medal. 10 all they were at full time. Krug. It's relief as much as anything for these players. Will one of these keepers anticipate one of these last two shots? Statsenko faces Santa. No, not this one. Went the right way. Last of the regulation penalty shots. Bikov. So they're all successful, 5 each. And now we carry on. If there's one miss and the other one gets one, that'll be it. Jakovsky puts his second one in. Merkulov at the other end. Again, he bounces. Ivan Vasiliev, his second. He scores. That's 7 each. Keeper or a miss off the post, or let's see what happens. That's into the far right. Varnay for Hungary. Such a great reputation. Water polo was in the Olympics way back at the start. It's one of those longest standing ones. And such is the standing of water polo in that nation that their annual sports awards, the team of the year has gone to the water polo team 15 times. 9 Olympic gold medals. Sport of significance in Hungary. Back to the penalty shootout. Zatmari. I wondered if we might have had a change of goalkeeper or not. Yes, we do. Whoa. Bit of tension here. Zakonyi. Krug gets past the replacement keeper. Oh, under his hand. So he went the right way. Zacconi. And we've made the replacement at the other end as well. Turkov. Santa, captain for Hungary. Round of applause is for the departing goalkeeper, keepers, who've both played right through the game proper and up until this stage of the penalty shootout. The reaction from the goalkeepers. He went the right way. So now we've had 10 each. Whoa. Tchaikovsky off the bar and down. So this is just sudden death now. Hungary back with their 11th shot. Garfas. Deceives the keeper. Now the keepers have had a change. The players remain the same, and that's a test now of their mental as much as their physical strength. Cardos comes back. Cherkov remains in goal. You can sense the relief in these players when they score. Hungary 3-2 at the moment on this next set of 5. Oh, the stop! The stop has been made, and for Hungary, their hero is their keeper, Istvan Kardos. High on his left arm. He makes the stop. His teammates are celebrating on poolside, and now one by one they plunge into the water and come out and congratulate and thank their keeper. (23-22), 13-12 on penalties, and the bronze medal will go to the team from Hungary over Russia in an epic match here at Peshina Skandoni and the 2019 Summer Universiade. All at full time. 13-12 and penalty shots. Hungary, the bronze medalists.